Welcome back to Is It Wrong to talk about girls in a dungeon? Anime review episode 41. We are reviewing the 57th episode of the series of this anime, which is called Colosseum Combat Arena. And this episode adapts from pages 73 to, I think it stops at page 299, which that is quite something. Unlike the previous episodes of this Zenker, because mostly they've been adapted from two different chapters. This one, at least two or three. This one they adapted almost the entire chapter. Like, if you're curious, we're still in chapter 12. Yes, but we're not done with the chapter yet. Given the fact that when they stopped at, which was at pretty much at 299. They have roughly 6 pages left, so I would not be surprised with the very next episode that I cap out this particular chapter. No problem, by the way. And you might think, okay, if they're gonna cap out that chapter, now you're probably thinking, did they cap off chapter 8? You might ask. Well, yes, I did. So pretty much in the way we're getting close to wrap up this book. Now, I should point out though, Belle's group is not in the episode. Why? Because they were in the source material. Basically, where they got to last week. That was the last time they were seeing the book until the very end of the book. Because that's only like the first 2 chapters focused on them. And basically from chapter, from chapter 9 up until the final chapter, it's all on Belle and Lou. And this whole episode is focused on, but before we get to that, we have a brief opening sequence here. We have Lou talking to one of her members of her familia about justice and stuff like that, and basically that it's a very brief conversation. Of course, it does tie into something happened later in the episode. We'll talk about turning knowledge into wisdom. Okay, so we pick up where we left off last time, where Belle and Lou have arrived at the Colosseum. So they can't go around it; they have to go across it. And how you do that, might ask? Well, first thing you do, put on this robe. Now, in the book, they describe it as a different name. I think it was like skull. They describe it as like a sheath creature. In the end, it was from one of these skull sheep. And of course, they cover up with gawk in order to basically follow the smell. So put it on. They come across some monsters. Dan will identify what these monsters are. The book itself doesn't really describe what monsters these are. They just walk past them. Not much of an issue. They do raise their heads up whenever basically the bridge starts moving at a very strange pace. And they go to the Colosseum. Everything is perfectly fine so far. But basically on the top of the Colosseum, they have to go this one bridge. I was like, and of course, Bill, why don't you use that one? Because that one will take us nowhere out. That one will. So everything's going smoothly. And by the way, I'm hearing this on my headset. This episode's music is fantastic. It's so gripping and entertaining. Lots of suspense in this thing. And it seems like basically the people who make the music for this series apparently decided to rip up Star Wars for this. Yes, because the music sounds so similar to John Williams' score. Like, it seems like it took some beats from Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi for this particular episode. Like, small beats here and there. Excuse me. I am not saying the people who did the music for the episode ripped up Star Wars, like, oh, they just took the score part of the episode. No, mostly took beats from those scores and mixed it with their own style of music. And it fits the episode. It's very, it's like I said, suspenseful. You hear every single, like, you hear all the monsters. The gripping atmosphere in this episode is so amazing. So, they get across the road. Of course, they come across a wolf monster. Like, Beth took him, and he just jumps and attacks another monster. Everything's going fine until one of the skeleton monsters shows up and basically drags Belle down. Lou saves him, and of course, he gets to the bridge after going through some monsters. And of course, tells Bill to go outside while he takes in front of him while she goes behind him. And then she proceeds to destroy the bridge and with their big magical spell, Luminous, which basically is a spell for the book. And they don't really describe the spell that well in the book. Basically, what they show in the anime is like a bunch of like little fireflies, and they basically detonate the whole entire bridge with Belle on the other side. But Belle somehow, and of course you have Lou just battling monsters arena, thinking this is the place for her to die. And then the episode ends quite strangely with Belle popping completely out of nowhere. And by the way, this is straight from the book. They did not. JC staff didn't cut anything here because this is how it happened in the book. Belle just completely randomly shows up out of nowhere to save Lou in this Colosseum, even though the bridge was destroyed. How is this possible? Well, you have to wait till our next episode. But yeah, damn good episode. Probably by far, this episode is the best when it comes to pacing, music, voice acting, and story. It's everything the best thing about it. It's probably, in my honest opinion, probably the best episode of the second cour of the fourth season. Probably one of the best episodes of not only that, but also probably also one of the best episodes of season 4, and presumably, according to my opinion, probably one of the best episodes in the entire series. Now here's the thing. Guess how many episodes we have left right now? We have 3 left. Next episode airing next week will be the third to last episode of the entire season. And a couple weeks after that, we'll wrap up. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up mostly, looks like, I'd say about part way into March. Yes. Given the fact we have 3 episodes left, we're probably going to end this on the day after St. Patrick's Day. Yep, that's where we're going to end this season. So we got 3 more weeks to this, and that's it. So this one I know I have a pretty good idea of when the season will end. The one series I still question when it's going to end is Trigon Stampede. I have no idea. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, particular view. And that's it for the episode. So tomorrow, let's see, I have 3 left. I have roughly 6 anime to work on tomorrow, but here's the thing. One of these anime, My Hero Academia, has got 2 brand new depth episodes. They haven't done that in long. They haven't done that in about 3 years, at least 2. But I guess maybe because the anime in Japan took a week off. Possibly, but who knows. Okay, so that's episode of you. Stay tuned tomorrow for more anime reviews. Okay, next video. Bye.